If you're a supervisor, you know the situation all too well.
Please get me your supervisor.
TL, please help me. But the question is, should you actually take the call? Today, we're breaking down which soup calls you should take, which ones you shouldn't, and how to coach your agents so you don't have to rescue them every time. We'll also look at how the wireless cyberacoustics headset beats the wired setups many call centers still use for soup calls. TL, please help me. My customer's demanding a supervisor. Hey, what happened? Well, she called me asking to change her shipping address, and I did.
So my new address is 25 Shepherd Avenue West, Unit 1804, North York, Ontario, M2N6S6.
Thank you. I got your address. I will now update it. But when I was about to hang up, I noticed the country was wrong, so I told her about it. Oh, wait, I'm seeing Canada in the country field, but since you mentioned New York, I thought there might be a little mix-up.
What are you talking about? Who said I'm in New York? I'm in Ontario, North York, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have misheard. I thought you're in New York. My mistake. I'm gonna update it right now. One moment.
I literally gave you a Canadian postal code. Is this your first day or something?
Yes, it's actually my first day on the job. Sorry about that.
Actually, you know what? Please get me your supervisor. No offense, but I need to make sure my package doesn't end up in the US.
Okay, one moment, please. Thank you. So now she's asking for a supervisor because she doesn't think I know what I'm doing. And honestly, I'm not sure I do either. Okay, let's solve that. Why do you think she asked for a supervisor? Because I messed up and she got angry? Well, yeah, she could be irritated, but what do you think is her main concern? That her parcel's not going to the right address? Exactly. Now, let me ask you a question. Did you assure her that the wrong address has been corrected? No, I didn't try. I just put her on hold the moment she asked for a supervisor. Okay, I understand. So, before escalating, a good rule of thumb is to pause for a second and see if there's something you can do for the customer without having a supervisor step in. You guys know I'm always happy to help, but there will be times when I won't be available to help you. I could be in meetings, I could be taking other soup calls, so it's always best to learn how to de-escalate when it makes sense. But how do I de-escalate this? I need you to tell her in your most confident and calming voice that you apologize. Okay, that was an honest mistake and that you have fixed it. Show her that while you might have gotten it wrong the first time, you are capable of getting this right. Can you do that for me? I'm not sure. Listen, I'm confident that you can do this. If you get lost, I promise you I will take the call. I will be listening to the call. I'll be telling you what to do. Just one try. You can do it. Deep breath. Yeah, I can do this. All right. And when it comes to the best headset for call center, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video. Cyberacoustics. In this call, instead of taking over, the supervisor wears her wireless Cyberacoustics HS1500BT2 Supervisor headset. This is a supervisor headset because one supervisor can connect to multiple AC304 TR agent headsets on the floor at once and switch from agent to agent seamlessly. Watch how the supervisor connects to the call by just pressing one button. It allows the supervisor to hear both the agent and the customer, but when coaching is needed, you can speak directly to the agent without the customer hearing anything. And if escalation is inevitable, the supervisor can speak to the customer directly while the agent stays on the line to listen and learn in real time. But hold up, don't hit the transfer button just yet. Let's see first if Candace can de-escalate this herself. Okay, I'm now connected. Can you get back to her? All right. She will hear you, but she won't be able to hear me while I talk to you unless I take over the call, okay? Okay. Release the hold. Put her back. Hi, Emma. Thanks for waiting.
Yes?
Relax. Talk like a real person, not like a script. Yes, Emma, I'm sorry about the confusion earlier. That truly was an honest mistake. I can now see where I went wrong, and I know you asked for a supervisor, but if you give me a chance, I know I can fix this for you.
I thought you were getting a supervisor. You know what? Go ahead, read it to me.
Okay, so I have here 25 Shepherd Avenue West, Unit 1804, North York, not New York, North York, Ontario, M for Mike, 2, N for Nancy, 6, S for Sam, 6, Canada.
Okay, that's correct. But how can I be sure this is the address you're sending my parcel to?
Okay, tell her to check her order page. The new address should be there. Good question, Emma. If you check on your page, you should now see the updated address. Are you logged into your account?
Okay, one sec. Yep, it's right here. It's the right one. Thank you, Candace.
You're welcome. And thank you so much for your understanding, Emma. And I'm sorry for the confusion.
No, you're good. I really just need you to get the right address, you know?
Of course, and thank you for your patience. Would there be anything else that I can help you with today?
No, you have a good one. Bye.
Thank you for calling Beyond the Jazz. You have a great day. Good job. See, I told you can do it. Thank you, TL. Thank you so much. As you can see, not every request for a supervisor means the call should be escalated. In this case, the customer wanted confidence, something that the agent could actually provide without the supervisor. She didn't know that initially, but the team lead helped her find that voice. By holding off on the transfer, the supervisor creates a win-win situation. The agent gets coached in real time instead of being rescued every time. The customer gets the reassurance she needs, often faster than waiting for a supervisor most times, and the team lead avoids becoming the automatic fix for every uncomfortable moment. It's the classic difference between giving someone a fish versus teaching them how to fish. That's how you build a team that doesn't escalate by default. Don't you just love it when you're taking soup calls, agents are waving at you front, left, and center, someone's calling your name, but the whole headset setup just looks like it's auditioning to be a spaghetti factory? It's either you grab the agent's own headset to talk to the customer, the agent cannot hear the conversation. That's not good. That's a missed opportunity for the agent to learn. Or another option is you stay chained to this wired setup where your headset and the agents are connected to a splitter, and pray that you don't trip, unplug something, or accidentally mute yourself in front of an irate customer. That setup, that's old call center life. This is the HS1500BT2 wireless supervisor headset paired with AC304 Agent Assist. When it's time to step in, the supervisor just presses one button to listen in or to take over the call. Hi Albert, this is Haley, the supervisor. I understand you're requesting a complimentary repair for your tablet.
Yes, it stopped working and I want it fixed for free. I've barely had it a year.
And here's the best part. The agent stays on the line and hears everything. So every soup call becomes a real-time coaching, not a mystery handoff. I understand the reason I can't do that is because the warranty has already expired.
All right, I don't love it, but that sounds more reasonable. Okay, let's do a discounted repair.
Perfect. I'll hand you now back to Candace to wrap this up and she will facilitate the request for you. And when the issue is resolved, one click and the call goes straight back to the agent. This is what taking soup calls should feel like. Clean, effortless, simple. So you can focus on what matters, the customer, the conversation, and actually resolving the issue. For bulk orders and inquiries, send an email to salesph@cyberacoustics.com. For individual purchases, check the links in the description for the official stores.